Hi, I'm Mike from Scoutadelic, and how can you play Plant Protectors? Find out. Hi, I'm Mike from Scoutadelic, and this year, why not spice up your scouting? Do something different, subscribe to the channel, go on. There's tons of games, activities, you name it, including nature and sustainability ideas. So go on, click subscribe, it's free to do so, and we're trying to hit 10,000 subscribers. So go on, help me out, please. Now the UK and many other places around the world have what's classed as invasive plant species, and these can be dangerous. Around 10 to 15% of non-native plants actually become invasive. What that means is it kind of takes over to a point where it's quite hard to get rid of. Now I would suggest doing some research to find out what is native in your area and also what isn't, and then you can obviously maybe even do an activity around that. So maybe because of nice weather, go outside once you've played this game, or even play this game outside, and you know, maybe look for certain plants, certain leaves, things like that, and identify, and it's really cool. So you can have a whole night about invasive plantage. But today I'm going to teach you how to play plant protectors. So everyone is going to play a plant, all right? Now if you're going to do outside, obviously limit the area. If you're playing indoors in your hall, then that's perfectly fine. So most of the people are going to be native plants, and you're going to have a few that are non-native. So I would give them like sort of maybe 2 or 3, depending on the size of your group. So if you've got 30, I'd have 3. If you had 20, I'd have 2. 10, I'd have 1. And the idea is the non-native plant is trying to tig the native plants. So when someone says go or blow the whistle, the non-natives will tig the native plants, and when the native plants are caught, they should freeze, they should put their arms in the air, and they need to count from 10 backwards. So 10, 9, 8, 7. Once they've got to 0, they then become an invasive plant too, so they can go around tigging people, and again, you know, so on and so forth. Now I would suggest playing this for just 1 minute, and then once the 1 minute is up, then find out how many people are invasive and how many people are actually the native plant that they were originally at the start of the game. You may find that actually the more the non-native plant has been tigging, the more it's grown and grown and grown, and you've probably got a limited amount. What you're then going to do is you're going to play it all over again. This time you're going to double the invasive, and then ask them what's going to happen. Is it going to be quicker? Is it, you know, just ask the question, what do you think is going to happen after a minute? Play the game. After a minute, you'll find that actually most, if not all, are now non-native. And then you do one final round, and the final round has protectors. So I would have maybe 2 or 3. I would say similar. So if you've got like sort of maybe 5 like non-native, have like sort of 2 or 3 protectors. The idea is the natives will get tagged, they'll hold their hands in the air, and they'll count from backwards from 10, 9, 8, so on and so forth. If they reach 0, they become non-native. But if a protector actually gets to them, they remain as native plants. After the minute is up, you can find out how many native and non-native plants are left. Now you should find that there are more native with the protectors than they are the other rounds. Maybe ask why. What do people think? What is the difference? What's happened? And then, like I said, do obviously activities outside. For non-native plants, they can actually change a habitat, so they can change obviously the pH in the soil, so they can make it more acidic or more alkaline, so therefore actually other normal native plants can't get into that soil anymore because it's too one way or the other. It can also affect wildlife, because whilst wildlife may obviously perch on it, bite, nibble on the leaves or whatever, it's a totally different palate to them, so it could obviously damage wildlife. There are most invasive plants that are in the UK have been here for over 100 years, and they weren't invasive when they started. So it's a bit like the first game where you only had a few, but then slowly but surely that grew after time. And also invasive plants are actually expensive to get rid of. Once you've got them, it's quite hard to do. A bit like weeds, I should know. But yeah, that's a really good game to play, and then you can do the activity afterwards if you want. But if you've liked this video, then give it a thumbs up and share it around, okay? Otherwise, I'll see you again soon for another one of these. Bye.